ladies and gentlemen of Real Life Theater. How are we doing tonight? Welcome to Comedy Island. Are you all ready for the show? Please welcome your hosts of Comedy Island, Aaron Chastain and Greg Barrett.
Hello everybody, how are y'all doing tonight? And welcome to Comedy Island. This is a Survivor-themed comedy competition show. So thanks for being here.
Yeah, that was all the housekeeping right there.
Yeah.
Now you know what's going to happen. It's Survivor.
That is it. That is
Are you familiar with Survivor? Is anyone?
Yeah!
Oh, okay, good. Well, this is going to ruin it for you.
Exactly.
This is going to be great.
No, it's going to be fun. It's going to be a great show.
We're going to have a super awesome time. Thanks so much for coming out late on a Friday night, or the people that stuck around from the last show. They're the real heroes.
Yeah. They wanted to leave. Thank you for being lazy.
No one would let them leave.
Trapped them in here. We are so sorry. What is that?
So this is our first show back after the holidays. Everybody have a good holiday season? Yeah? Yeah? Maliki Liki Maka?
Something like that. Something like that.
Have you never seen Christmas Vacation?
Yeah, I'm only 23. So.
That's fair.
I love it though.
Yeah, 23 and not funny, motherfucker. That's all right.
He is not wrong.
Yeah, that's good. Oh, welcome. This is Comedy Island. What we do, Aaron and I pick a bunch of our favorite comics from Atlanta, and then we put them through a grinder of all the tropes of comedy, and we make them eliminate each other one by one in a Survivor-style competition. They're going to tell jokes, they're going to do impressions, they're going to do crowd work, they're going to roast each other, all kinds of different things. And you guys are going to give them immunity and then watch them tear each other apart. Does that sound good?
There will be brutal.
Yeah.
There will be blood.
Yes, there will be blood in the water. This is a island-ish, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what this is. I feel more like a Walmart dad than islandy. I don't know.
Yeah, we're doing like a Christmas pictures right now.
Yeah.
And they're just not going very well, so.
Yeah, this isn't happening. All right, well, what do you say? You want to introduce them to the comics, you think?
I guess so, Greg.
Yeah. All right, well,
Get to it, so.
we have 6 fantastic comics, including some special guests that are going to come up and do stand-up later on. Our first comic, they're each going to come up here, tell you one joke to introduce themselves, and then we'll get this thing kicked off. So make all the noise for our first comic, Powell Mansfield, everybody.
They told us to tell a joke up top, right? Is that right? Can't really see you guys. I got some bad news recently. I just found out I have scoliosis. But it's totally fine. I'm just going to call it homosexuality of the spine. So.
Powell Mansfield.
Please welcome to stage our next contestant, Catherine Blanford.
Catherine Blanford. Catherine Blanford.
This is already the most festively prepared group that we've ever had.
Already the best.
I'm from the island of Kentucky. Okay, I'm on a new diet. Thank you for noticing. And this is a new diet. I recommend it to all of you. I know that they have some crazy ones out there, but I guarantee the results of this one. I just lost 32 pounds in 2 hours. Yeah, there's some crazy ones. Trust me, follow this one. All you have to do is eat seafood from Mexican restaurants. And it's a guaranteed result. Thank you.
Catherine Blanford. There it is.
Yeah, the sound effects only get better throughout. Keep it going for our next comedian, Chris Islame, everybody.
Chris Islame.
Cotton Eye Joe. Because when they see my dick, they wonder, where did it come from and where did it go? All right.
And we're going to have fun.
All right, our next contestant is Jen O'Neill Smith.
Jen O'Neill Smith.
I didn't wear a thing because I didn't know. If you're the kind of person that's about to tell me like a really long story about how you almost just died, like just stop. Like just talk to me when you actually just died.
Jen O'Neill Smith, everybody.
And keep that going for our next comedian, Brian King, everybody.
I didn't buy a tropical shirt either, so get over it. I'm in a relationship, you guys. It's going good. I think my last relationship. You? Where's the destroy a heckler round?
It's later.
Your goofy hat wearing ass? Okay. Fucking sparkly fucking hat. Okay. Anyway. So I'm in a relationship and it's going good. I think my last relationship would have lasted if I had Spotify Premium, you know, because like it made me look poor, and also no girl wants to get choked at the O'Reilly Auto Parts commercial.
And our final contestant of the evening, please put your hands together for Gabby Watts.
So I went to an Ivy League school, and that just means when I was 18, I was really smart, and now I'm just an asshole.
Gabby Watts, everybody!
Let's hear it for all the contestants.
All right, I guess it's time to kick off this show.
Yeah, so the way we do this, we go through a succession of rounds. At the end of each one, you guys are going to vote by round of applause for immunity for one of them. That's our immunity. We still haven't, we haven't named it yet, have we?
Could be like, right now?
No, definitely not.
Damn it, Greg, I thought we were going to have a moment.
No, we're not doing it right now. But for future, we're going to, so just come back next month or whatever. It'll be named. But so we go through a series of rounds, including this first round where each contestant is going to have to tell 3 pun or wordplay jokes. And then at the end of the round, you guys are going to decide who you thought was the funniest. So we're just going to keep the order honest and Christian all the way through. So start with Powell Mansfield right here, everybody.
I'm honest and Christian. Is that a pun? Okay. I can't read right now. My goggles. What's that? These were from when I was like 10. They're so tight.
They're like suction to your face. Paul's got the bends now.
Okay, no, I'm here. Are there dragonflies, lightning bugs in here? Okay, I see lightning bugs. Because the stars mice. Oh, here we go. Okay, a pun. When I was little, they used to call me a fruit fly, but I don't even have wings. Is that a pun? Okay.
And why not?
You're in the ballpark.
I have a cold.
You're close.
Okay. I didn't know there was feedback. Alright, I'm nicer with my guns. My doctor called me lazy recently, and I was like, oh my god, no, I'm not a bump on a log. And he was like, no, you have a bump on your log, like a bump on my penis. And then this one is a pun in Australian, and the other day I met an Australian gay man, and he was like, do you want to do some math? It's like, oh, I was not very good at math. Can you say it in American? He was like, do you want to do some math? I was like, oh, I don't want to do any math. Thank you, I love my sisters.
Oh, that's good.
Welcome back to the microphone, Catherine Lanford.
So much. So I took a 23andMe test because I truly believed there was going to be a wrench thrown at me. And yeah, what happens is I found out I was 99% a dumbass for taking that test. Yeah, what I found out is that I found my long-lost second cousin on my dad's side, which happened to also be my third cousin on my mom's side. So, all white bread. Would you get a loaf of that?
I like how you reworked your strong material to fit this.
No new grains, no new grains. So, yeah, what happens, I have more. We just like to keep it pure in our family. We don't like to bring in any outsiders, because what happens if you did and you bred and you made somebody that was all wheat and thin? So, anyways, we don't want to bring it, we don't like to go awry in our family. Everyone likes to stick to their role. So, yeah, so now I have an eye on my cousin. Yeah, he's beautiful, and I just really want him to stick his pumpernickel, and no, I want him to pumper in his nickel. Okay, bye.
Catherine Blanford.
We'll take it, Catherine Blanford, everybody.
All right, welcome back. This is Slave, everybody.
Hey, I like your hat. All right. This is a competition, by any means necessary. All right. Real quick, if a homosexual works in a haunted house and they scare me, does that make me homophobic?
Chris.
All right. It's all downhill from here. All right. I was walking down the street the other day and I saw somebody get hit by a Ford car. Right? I saw somebody get hit by a Ford car. And I walked up to him and was like, ah, man, that Mustang!
That was the first one that actually really fit the bill.
12 hours to write that one. All right.
You couldn't tell.
A lot of ladies I've been seeing recently have been bisexual. A lot of ladies I've been seeing have been bisexual. Yeah, when things get sexual between us, they go, bye! All right.
Please welcome back to the microphone, gentlemen. Back!
So I've been told that I'm kind of a butterfingers. Like I'm real, like kind of pretty in the face, but like on my fingers. Kind of pretty in the face, but her balls. I've also been told that I'm kind of a butterface, like, you know, kind of a, alright. But I'm also a huge fucking cunt.
Alright, welcome back, Brian King, everybody.
Nothing out of you. Okay. When I was a kid, I was hit by a drunk driver. Not like with a car, it was my dad with his hand. He drove drunk a lot. trips. We weren't like super religious or anything. That's just what my dad called it when he got drunk and made me drive him around. Okay, two in a row. Okay. I was in the gas station, saw this lady. What am I fucking talking about? I fucking saw box water. Have you guys seen this? The box water? I like went up to the attendant. I was like, box water? Don't you mean pussy juice, folks?
Ryan King.
And finally, Gabby Watts, everybody!
Okay. So, my sister, she identifies as a witch, but kind of based on how she's been eating recently, she's more of a sandwich. I'm sorry, Catherine dominated the bread content already. Okay. Next one is I think men are snakes. And I got boots made out of both of them. Cha-ching. Neither offer much support. That's a joke about the state of men's souls. Bread and shoes, my only two desires. Okay, last one is my sister the other day. She got mad at me because she thought I was being really insensitive because I wrote this joke about her friend who had to get her feet chopped off after she was in a car accident. And I was just like, well, you know, like your friend, I'm not going to tiptoe around shit.
This is easily Atlanta's drunkest show of the night. But now we have to decide which one of them you thought was your favorite. You're going to have to give immunity to one of the comedians, and then they're going to vote each other off of the show.
Right, this is where we turn the power over to you guys. You're welcome. Well, you're welcome still.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to go down the line here and just put my hand over each person's head. And then by round of applause, you guys decide who you think is the funniest from the first round, all right?
For immunity, everybody. For immunity. Here we go. Sounds like Chris is late. So basically, what is going to happen now, Chris has immunity, and the rest of these lovely contestants will have to vote off somebody besides Chris. So,
Chris also gets to vote, but yes.
Yeah.
You can't vote for Chris. And you have to do it quickly, Powell. Let's hear it for our DJ back there. DJ
Home Improvement.
Yeah, DJ Home Improvement back there.
We are almost there.
All right, everyone have their votes.
With great not yet. Yeah, we'll go down. We'll go down the line.
All right, ready?
All right, we're ready.
All right. This is the first time that the people on the back of the show have heckled the show more than the audience. All right, now we're going to show everybody's votes, starting here with Powell. Who did you vote for, Powell?
On Survivor, it's anonymous, but
We know that it's anonymous.
I voted per a prior request for my sister Jen.
One vote for Jen O'Neill Smith.
Catherine, who did you vote for?
Okay, I voted based off of
That is 2 votes for Jen O'Neill Smith.
No, I voted because Pal made it, so I did.
Chris, who did you vote for?
Hey, what's up, Jen?
But she's not out yet. There's still 3 more votes to read. There's still
3 more
to
votes.
read. That's 3 votes, Jen. Jen, who did you vote for?
Well, just because I knew he was going to vote for me.
Alright, so we got 3 votes, Jen, 1 vote, Powell, 2 votes left.
Brian?
Jen's done.
Jen O'Neill Smith has been eliminated from the show.
Good try, let's go again.
Yep, get the fuck out of here,
Good try,
Jen.
let's go again. Good try, let's go again.
Catherine, sit down.
Okay, I knew this was gonna happen, and I wanted to be on Jen's side, so I voted for Powell.
Now we know where everyone stands.
Now we know
That is fair.
However, that is not the last you've seen of Jen O'Neill Smith. She will be back to do a redemption set. So if you like her, don't worry, sit tight. She will be back.
Is the reward for losing. That's
We are all winners.
yeah, we're all winners here.
Sometimes.
All right, so that's the first round. Now we are moving into I don't know, arguably my favorite round
Yeah,
of
it's
the
a pretty
show.
good round.
The impression. This is where each of the comedians have to do an impression that they prepared for you guys, and then they have to do an impression provided by Aaron and I, which they are not prepared for. I'm. Yeah, no one was prepared for anything. Don't let me fool you. Look at, we're already in repeats on the sound effects. We're having a good time. All right. Now, welcome Powell Mansfield back to the microphone to do the first impression of the impression round.
I'm so excited for this. Okay, this is my impression of the Avengers in Infinity War if they were from Australia. Oh no, it's Thanos! That is so funny. Fuck you. He'll laugh so hard at that.
No, that's why she was out first.
Good try, let's go again.
All right, now Powell has to do an impression provided by Aaron.
All right, Powell. I would like to see your impression of Hank Hill trying on flip-flops.
I don't know. Hi, yeah, my name is Hank Hill. I ordered these online. They actually didn't fit. Last name was Hill, first name Hank. Can I return these and try another size on, please? Thank you so much. I'm sorry about that. Thank you.
Yeah, Hank Hill.
Oh,
That's it. The best impression Hank Hill.
I like that he had no concern who Hank Hill was. We're just gonna roll with it.
If the shoe fits.
All right. Next.
Next up is Catherine Blanford and her impression.
This is my impression of Britney Spears in bed. Ow. It hit me baby on my head.
Excellent.
That was nice.
And then I would like to see you do my favorite impression of all time. I would like to see you do an impression of Snoop Dogg ordering at McDonald's. I have made 5 people do that impression on this show, and it has never not been racist. Never once.
Always has been the most racist.
It's a great one. I know, that's the point. All right, welcome back to the microphone. Chris Islam, everybody.
Before I do this impression, I mean it with love. Alright? So, this is my impression of Erin Chastain saying the N-word. Alright. This is my impression!
Yeah, do it, Chris. Do it.
Hurry up, you cowards!
Negro!
Chris? Oh, I can't wait for what he's going to give you.
Let me think for a second now, because I'm totally changing it up. I'm totally changing it up. All right, Chris, I would like to see you do your impression of. I would like to see you do your impression of Richard Simmons in Judge Judy's court. I like Judge Judy.
That's not the dude from Kiss, right?
No.
Because if I came up here and sticking my tongue out, you guys would get me, right?
Probably.
Yeah, so let me fucking ask questions.
He is an effeminate fitness guru.
Okay. But Judge Judy, those are my short shorts.
That's actually pretty accurate. All right, and welcome back to the stage, Brian King.
This is my impression of Jen O'Neill Smith. Back in the first round, okay. I'm Jen O'Neill Smith. I lost in the first round. I'm bad at comedy. Okay. I was gonna do that. It's not towards Jen. It was just whoever lost. Real glad I didn't do my hair and say anything.
All right.
I'm pretty sure we all were. All right, Brian, I would like to see you doing your impression of Hulk Hogan baking a cake.
All right, brother. That's it for me.
Don't worry, guys, this round is almost over. All right, and please welcome back to the microphone, Gabby Watt.
Okay, this is Mike Pence at the National Portrait Gallery when he sees the portrait of Laura Bush without another female escort.
We'll keep it political. I would like to see you do your impression of Sarah Huckabee Sanders when she finally decides she's been wrong all along. we're going to go through the formality of voting now.
Well, we have to.
It has not been comedy up to this point. There's always a few new ones that I'm not aware of. The sound effects. All right. All right. So everybody's got to turn in their votes and exit the stage past Aaron.
Yes, I'm going to change.
Is this not anonymous anymore?
No,
It
it
is.
This time it will be anonymous.
What does that work, man?
Just do what we say, Captain.
Yeah, all you have to do is listen to what we say.
That's what we say. We're making it up as we go along anyway.
All right, file out the stage past Aaron. Hand them your vote.
Thank you.
Let's hear it for them. They're going to be back shortly. In the meantime, we're going to have 2 quick stand-up sets.
Yeah. First one is bucket.
First one is a bucket spot. There's a bunch of comedians in the room. He's going to go grab the bucket because we poop in it too back there. That's fair. So there's a bunch of comics here. They all threw their name in the bucket. We're going to give them a chance to come up here and do 5 minutes for you guys. So it could be great, could be terrible. We don't care.
But it will be comedy.
It will be, yeah.
It will be comedy something.
Who you got over there?
All right, let's see. I'm drawing this one, and this one says, please welcome to the stage, Patrick Dalton!
Patrick Dalton!
Patrick Dalton in the room. All right, 3, 2, 1, go to the next name. Next name is Christian Davis!
I know he's here. Christian Davis, everybody. Let's hear it.
Chris Davis, everybody.
Oh man, I went out to go get Patrick, and Zach told me not to get him, and now I'm on stage. So yeah, right? Nicotine will fucking ruin your comedy career. It's great to be here. Who's having safe sex? Huh? Never. Never. How many kids you got?
0. Vasectomy, baby.
Sorry, I don't have money for fancy words, so I don't know what that means. Talking to millennials about vasectomies. We just pull out, dog. We don't know what that is. That's awesome. You guys aren't really having safe sex. Who's using a dental dam out here? Anybody using a dental dam? Anyone ever seen a dental dam in real life? This same guy who's not having. Alright, that's fine. For those of you who don't know, the dental dam is a saran wrap that you put on the pussy to keep it from going bad. Dental dam is. I used a dental dam exactly one time. I used it once. I put it down, pussy. She was like, Christian, it's cold. Turns out it was a Listerine cool strip. It wasn't a dental dam. It wasn't a dental dam. And I ate it. My breath was great. All right. You guys like those Marvel movies? Right. I love the Marvel movies a lot. I think they're really awesome. I'm enjoying them, but they're not realistic. Not in the like physics and then aliens and shit like that. I don't have an issue with. That's why I went to the movies to escape. It's not realistic in terms of history sometimes, right? Because Captain America went into the ice in 1941, right? And he wakes up in 2012 or whatever, and the first person he sees is Nick Fury, played by Samuel L. Jackson. When he went into the ice, they had segregated bathrooms, you understand? And the first person he sees, Sam Jackson's fucking black ass, welcome to the future, Cap. You've been frozen a long time. And he didn't look up and go, oh, why is this nigger talking to me? I don't really understand. Oh, is there someone in charge I can speak to? You know, I don't know. Would have loved to have seen that in the Marvel movies and shit. You guys fuck with parents? Y'all got parents? Y'all fuck with parents?
That's you, baby.
Oh, that's awesome. Good for you. Once again, another fancy thing that I as a millennial don't know what it is. That's awesome. That's cool. Your parents have favorites, right? It's human nature to kind of have favorites. That's just what happens, you know? My dad had a favorite. It was my brother, right? But then my brother died. I know, it's sad, right? So now, I'm my dad's favorite. Because, like, he was into stuff that my dad was into, like being good at throwing a football and sports. And I'm really good at stuff like staying alive, so it's a little, different. I won that one. I won the game, you know. It's good. I guess another superhero joke. Henry Cavill's out as Superman, right? They got rid of him. They couldn't agree enough money for him, so he quit. And Warner Brothers, they want Michael B. Jordan, which is cool. He's a black guy, right? And all the white nerds on the internet said Superman can't be black. It's fucked up. He should have been black this whole time. Right? I'll tell you what, first of all, his nemesis is a skinhead, bald white guy who's always trying to kill him. Right? I don't know. Don't act like you don't look like fucking Lex Luthor if he was in a rock band. Don't act like that. Secondly, Superman's dad's name is Jor-El. Okay, that's his father's name. It's Jor-El. And thirdly, his only weakness is a rock that's found in his community. So I don't know. As you fucking will. I reached for nothing. Guys, the first time I ever fingered a girl was in Jackass 2. Like at the movie theater. It's not really a joke there, I just want to tell y'all that. My life has been weird. It was a good moment, but I'm pretty sure there was a male white asshole out at the same time, you know what I mean, on screen, getting hit. I didn't know I was going to go up, so I'm looking at my notes, I'm sorry. I got like 1 minute left, I assume anyways. And I got high before the show. Okay, I'm going to get out of this. I hope the hosts are the hosts nearby? Y'all niggas in the room? Alright. Y'all ever watch the same porn video so much that you owe it an anniversary gift, you know? Thank you so much. Have a great day. Thank you. Christian Davis, everybody, give for it! Alright, and we have our redemption set tonight, but you guys didn't get enough of her before. Please put your hands together for Jen O'Neill Smith!
Jen O'Neill Smith.
So my husband and I just celebrated our 10-year wedding anniversary.
Yeah!
Thank you! We're very excited and I appreciate that. No, I'm proud of us because, to be honest, I didn't know that we were gonna make it this far. I didn't, because we went through a rough patch a few years ago where we actually thought about getting a divorce for a second. Things got a little rocky, but you know, life happens. And things get thrown at you, and you go through stuff together as a couple. And what happened was, his grandfather, they were both really close to. He passed away suddenly, and then left him this huge inheritance. And I don't know, just like going through that. You know. It just made me feel really close to him. Just made me realize how much we need each other. I don't like saying that maybe God killed his grandfather to save our marriage. But I don't know God's life. No, but we're cool now, we're cool. My husband, he's a competitive powerlifter. Do you guys know what that is? Competitive powerlifting? Yeah? Okay. A lot of people don't know what it is, but basically these people, they work out for like 8 hours a day, 7 days a week. And at the end of each day, somebody picks something up and puts it back down, and then 4 people in the room go ape shit. That's where all of our time and energy and resources and money go. It's great. If you ever have the opportunity to date or marry a competitive powerlifter, you should. It's cool. We get to have this conversation once a day. So did you pick it up? Cool. And then what? You put it back down. That's cool. Okay. When do you think might be the next time you might pick it up again? Tomorrow? And that's our lives every day until one of us dies. That's it for us. No, people are always like, oh, that's so cool. Like, our husband's a competitive powerlifter. I bet he's like really super handy and helpful at home and stuff. No. He doesn't take his work home with him. It ends at the gym. Like the other day, he asked me to help him move the refrigerator, and I was just like, dude, it's not like, but you've been waiting your whole life. Isn't this your thing? Like, go in there and get it. Let me take this moment away from you. We also have kids. We have 2 kids. I feel like we're great parents. We're great parents. Our kids could probably be cooler. They could. They're not even trying. No, I love. My daughter is 5, and I love her. I love her so much. I really love her so much. But I don't know. Sometimes I just kind of feel like if we weren't related, you know, we probably wouldn't be friends in real life. She's kind of one-dimensional. I don't know. She's mean, and she's bossy, she's controlling. I feel like if I were dating her, my friends would have already sat me down in a room and been like, dude, what are you doing? This is a toxic relationship. You don't like who you are when you're with her. And neither do I. I have a son, he was like, hey mom, why do you like telling people jokes so much? I was like, dude, I don't know, I like making people laugh, I guess, I don't know. He was like, yeah, well, I like making people laugh too, but I'm gonna be a swim diver because that's a real job. Oh, really cool. First of all, I have a real job. No, I'm paying for all those fruit bars that you take 2 bites out of and then smear the rest across the wall. That's me. Second, like, I don't know, good luck with your swim diving career. I'm sure you and your short arms are going to do really well. See you at the Olympics.
Let's do it one time for Keno Dale Smith, everybody!
That's even if they get eliminated early, we know they're kind of good. So yeah, it's fine.
A little bit.
All right. Well, let's bring everybody back up here. Please welcome your contestants back to the stage.
Al Danfield, Ryan G. Chris Insling, Gavin Watson, Catherine Blanford, coming back up there.
All right. So before the stand-up portion, we had everybody write down their votes. So now they're going to all reveal their votes, and one of them is going to leave immediately. So we made them wait for this whole time.
Yeah, it's pretty shameful, honestly.
Yeah, it's fun. It's good. This is the only rewarding part for us.
And without further ado, we're going to reveal our first vote. First vote is for Chris's Lane. Second vote is for Powell Mansfield. Third vote, Catherine Blanford. All right, we are at 1 vote Chris, 1 vote Catherine, 1 vote Powell, 2 votes left. Let's see here. Second vote, or fourth, I guess. I'm drunk. Powell Mansfield.
Oh, shit.
Right, are we going to tie it up, or are we saying goodbye to Powell? The answer is final vote for Brian King. We gotta say goodbye to Kyle Mansfield. I'm sorry about that.
Kyle Mansfield, everybody.
There you're playing.
All right. Now we go into, I don't know, they're all my favorite round. This is my real favorite round. I think this is everyone's favorite round.
Oh, it's a great round.
This is where we make all of the contestants roast each other for your entertainment.
It does not get ugly at all.
Yeah, it has. We've had people cry and run off the stage. That is absolutely true.
It has happened.
And they still let us do this show. So,
We did not handle it well.
without further ado, each comedian is going to have 2 minutes. 2 minutes to roast the remaining contestants. Catherine is going to be going first. 2 minutes to roast. Let's hear it for her.
Cafeteria lady. You look like, seriously though, you do look like your whole yearbook was signed by the cafeteria crew. You look like you ordered chicken fingers at a strip club. You look like I could probably find crumbs in your bathtub. Like you lost your virginity at Boy Scout camp. Okay, Brian, I am so happy you wore a hat because your hair. I've seen it. I wish you guys could see it. It looks, seriously, it looks like the inside of a full vacuum cleaner. You can find fries inside of it. And have you seen your smile? I love your smile. I seriously do. It looks like Pennywise became an accountant. I did write some for Pal, and I wish he was here. I'm going to say that. Pal, seriously, you look like you're inside the closet about being a Republican. Actually, seriously, you look like a vampire. Like a gay vampire, because, like, period blood, like, grosses you out.
15 seconds.
Oh, fuck. Seriously? That's it?
You're a dumb bitch.
Alright. Alright, I'll say this about Gabby. I gotta say this about Gabby. Gabby, you love cats. I know, and you have a cat, and I love it. And you have a band. It's so cool. Your band is called Gabby Rots. And when the first time I walked into your house, that's what I thought.
And that's time! Get the microphone, everybody!
Off to a great start.
This is gonna be fun. Please welcome back to the microphone, Chris's Lane.
Not gonna be good. All right, here we go. Catherine, right? Catherine, she has a black boyfriend. Obviously. Yeah, Stella got her groove back. More like Jessica getting her groove back. I told you from the start. Catherine looks like if LaCroix came in cunt flavor. All right. Brian, you look like you teach classes on how to be a successful school shooter. You look like Limp Bizkit changed your life forever. Gabby, you look like Allison Brie in Glow after she gets her ass kicked. And hey, guess what? first, you guys? Because I wrote.
Why not?
Sure, it's okay.
Why not?
Well, I was just gonna say, Greg, you look like the cool wood shopping teacher who lets you smoke cigarettes.
Thank
Oh, here's the one. Another one I wrote for Gabby. Gabby, you look like you became a lesbian because your ex-boyfriend did not listen to your SoundCloud enough. Aaron, you look like a motherfucking bitch.
Just for that, keep it going for Amber North, everybody. That's bad for both people. All right, Brian King, everybody, roasted.
I was going to say put up for Amber West Side, but okay. All right, Catherine, you look like you would make a chicken finger joke about the only black guy on the show. White women, am I right? Her, they're a lot. Chris is lame. You look like you put a napkin in your lap before you eat pussy. He's overweight. Right. Powell, he's over there. Powell's so gay that any attempt to roast him feels like a hate crime. You know what Gabby Watts, you look like if Casey Anthony drowned her kids in a tub of LaCroix. He had the better LaCroix joke. Jen O'Neill Smith looks like every woman in the antidepressant commercials. Aaron, you look like if someone microwaved Macaulay Culkin. Greg, you look like if a Berenstein Bear was really into Motorhead. And, you also look like if a Blockbuster that went out of business was a person. 15 seconds. All right, that's everything I think.
Yes, give it up for the human hair plug, Brian King.
Alright, and we're going to finish out this round with Gabby Watts.
Chris is lame. I've heard him say on stage that he's sometimes scared to get too personal with his comedy. Thank God. Chris is lame. That's a great name because, you know, his jokes have no legs to stand on. Brian looks like he just left a Walmart and was really upset that they had run out of tiki torches for a rally. Brian looks like he owns the domain incel.net. Okay, this is true. The other day, one of my friends asked me, is Catherine drunk or is that her personality? I was like, I'm not sure! No, Catherine, she is a lot smarter than she looks. It just took her 2 times to go through 10th grade. Private school doesn't take, it's fine. What else? Oh, I had another thing about Brian. Brian looks like he dresses like a 45-year-old single dad who just lost a lot of weight and doesn't know what his pant size is yet. Let's see. If Chris is lame hosted every open mic, we there'd be no comics left because we would have all killed ourselves. Okay, Jen talked about her marriage and her set, and and I think maybe she also talked about her husband lifts weight, and he's just got a lot of weight on his shoulders, like their marriage, that was very rude. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Powell looks like his Catholic mom. Ray thought her position on abortion.
And that's time!
Holy shit. All right, now you need to decide who you want to give immunity to, and then they're going to vote one of, I assume their enemies off the stage at this point. So we'll go down the line here.
Vote for immunity. I believe Brian King has won immunity. All right, now these committees cannot vote for Brian, but they do have to vote for somebody. So.
All right, everybody vote. Can't vote for Brian. Do it quickly. The island rhythms will get us through this portion.
Guide us through this.
All right. Is everyone ready?
Are we all ready?
All right.
We all have our vote? All right.
All right.
Catherine, who did you vote for?
I voted for Chris because I'm pretty sure he's going to vote for me.
All right, that is one vote
One vote for Chris.
One vote Chris. Chris?
Yes, I knew it!
Who did you vote for?
That's fair.
All right, we are one vote Catherine, one vote Chris.
Brian.
Ooh!
Oh, shit.
So it could come down to Gabby's vote. Catherine!
Oh,
man! All right. You do have to take it out of Catherine. Let's hear it one more time for Catherine!
It isn't just her personality. All right. All right. You guys have been great so far. Now we have 3 comics left. The next round, they are going to take it to the crowd. They are each going to have 2 minutes to interact with all of you wonderful people, whoever they want to. They're going to talk to you. They're going to ask you questions. They have to make funny for 2 minutes out of talking to you guys. All right.
That's it.
So we are going to start with Chris Islam. Everybody, let's hear it for him.
Yeah, y'all were laughing real hard when they were making jokes about me earlier, huh? Yeah. All right, let's have some fun. What's up, man? What's your name?
Hey, man, my name's Matt.
Matt, what do you do for a living, Matt?
I'm an actor.
You're an actor?
Yeah.
Can you act enthused? Hey, this is teamwork, man.
Yeah, all right, yeah.
All right.
Do your best.
All right. Well, all right. Let's do a scene. All right.
I'm gonna make it look good. Let's go.
Yeah, all right. I'll make it. I mean, it's supposed to be mutual, but all right, let's make this about you. All right. Besides being an actor, just think of like a more interesting occupation. All right. Hey, what's your name, sir?
Hey, I'm Dan.
Hey, Dan, what do you do for a living, Dan?
Oh, I'm in accounting.
Let's see here. How you doing, sir? What's your name? I'm looking directly at you. Don't you dare.
My name's Song.
All right. I'm going to touch that one. You guys have a couple? Oh, you guys a couple? You guys have a couple?
We have a couple. We are
are a couple. Okay, what is your names? Brad and Candace. Brad and Candace? Yes. Okay, you guys married? Yes. All right, you guys fuck? No? Are you guys like is it like poly? Is it like, what's up? Hey man, it's 2006, we can do everything we want. Do you guys like have joint bank accounts and shit like that? You guys have locked in? Can I have some money?
And time!
Chris's son. Now, next up, do a crowd work. Brian King, everybody.
What's up, y'all? Where did you guys meet? The fucking stupid hat store? Fuck you! Okay, hey! Alright, we got a bald guy here. Okay. He's not wearing a hat. Are you gonna attack him? No, you're not. Where did you guys meet, bro?
Go ahead.
Oh. He sounds ashamed. He's like, yo, why don't you tell him?
We met online.
Online? On Tinder?
Come on, man. He's going to work for you.
Yeah, Tinder, Bumble.
One of those, probably.
Damn, this guy's mysterious, y'all. So we like met online, but it could be fucking OkCupid, it could be eHarmony, either way. I hate her hat, you guys. Is that too much? Stop. When did you just commit to being bald? I'm getting there.
About 15 years ago. Just shave it off.
How old are you? Okay, when did you start losing your hair?
30.
This is just a sad podcast about No, I don't feel bad. I'm just like, were you a hat guy for a long time, or were you?
The Navy.
Oh, okay, all right. He's like, yeah, in the Navy we wear hats, you fucking idiots. Give it up for the troops, huh?
15 seconds, 15 seconds.
All right, thank you for your service. I don't like your hat. You're mysterious. Okay, thanks, guys.
And Brian King, everybody. All right, let's welcome back to the microphone, Gabby Watts.
Ma'am, could you hold up your purse? The thing is, she told me before the show started that she's keeping a dog in there. It's a dog. She's got a dog in there. Who else has a dead animal? Ma'am, you look exactly like my therapist. Are you my therapist? You might. They can't tell you. That's the thing. She can't tell you that she's my therapist. I think she is, though. You're so fucking expensive. I feel like I'm gonna be kicked off after the set. Will you please give me a drink? My therapist thing. Is that allowed? I don't know. Who has a therapist? Tell me about it. Mysterious man. He won't tell you what dating platform, but he will tell you what his therapist is like. Let's hear about him. You're like, fuck internet, but I can tell you about my mental health. I'm ready to share. This is a feeling circle. I'm ready.
She shows up late every day.
You need to get a new therapist. Me, Dan, my therapist.
Like, she's late every.
How much is she?
Anywhere from 10 to like 15 minutes late. Like.
No, how much to pay?
Well, because I have insurance, so like $40. I pay $40.
Well, like without insurance, how much would she pay?
I have no idea.
Okay, my therapist is $130. Get a better therapist. Jesus Christ. Okay, you do not have problems. Okay. Dan.
Oh, hey.
The Count Dan. You want to do a Hamlet scene? Dude, okay, you're Dan's the accountant. You're gonna be, what's someone in Hamlet besides Hamlet? Who's another person? To me, you're not.
15 seconds.
You're a fucking fishmonger, that's all I say. You look at my ex. Yeah, thanks for buying me a drink after this. Bye.
we are going to have to award immunity, and then they're going to cast their votes and exit the stage, and then we have a very special guest that's going to come up here and do stand-up, and then we'll get to our finals. All right, so I'm going to go down the line here. For immunity.
We're going to try that one more time between Brian and Gabby. Only vote for who you want to see in the finals. Yeah. And Gabby can only vote for Chris. So during our stand-up break, Brian is going to decide who he wants to take to the battle.
Let's hear it for our contestants. They'll be back shortly.
Anything we have learned from the show, if you lose, you win. And if you win, you lose.
Right. All right. Now, we have a very special guest who's going to come up here and perform stand-up comedy. One of our favorite comics in Atlanta. I want you to give her a warm welcome. Put your hands together right now for the very funny Cherith Fuller, everybody.
I'm in a new relationship and it's going really well, and like, that was very rude, that's okay. Dan, that is really, you don't have to act like you like my jokes, you can just be quiet. I'm in a new relationship, it's going really well, and we're still like learning things about one another, and it's really fun. Like the other week, I got heckled, and I told him about it, and he got like really upset on my behalf. It was like, if I was there, I don't know what I would have done. Which I thought was very sweet, that he offered to fight my heckler. Mostly because I've never actually dated a guy who could defend my honor before. I date a lot of noodle-armed men, a lot of real spaghetti arms just flapping in the wind all over East Atlanta. And like the thing is like I'm pretty tall, I can mostly take care of myself, I'm 5'10". And so any of my ex-boyfriends, if someone were to try to step to me, of course they'd have to be like, hey, you better leave her alone, she's gonna kick your ass! Yeah, so it's going well, it's going good. When we became Facebook friends, I maybe accidentally looked up all his exes on Facebook. Wow, what are you gonna do? Women crazy. I don't know why I did it, because like it never ends up well. Like it never ends up with you feeling better about yourself. Because only one of three things happens. Either A, you find out that they're super hot and you feel super ugly. B, you find out that they're super ugly, and then you're like, am I ugly too? No! Her head looks like a thumb, does my head look like a thumb? Or the third thing, which I think is by far the worst, which is you find out that they all look kind of like you. Like some sort of fucked up episode of The Twilight Zone. Because like, you know who also has a type? Serial killers. And I would hands down rather be murdered than find out that I'm the ugliest redhead he's fucked this year. I can't handle it. I'm too insecure. I can't handle any of it. I don't want to see the ex-girlfriend. I don't want to see the new girlfriend of an ex. I don't want to see any of it. Like, I want to be his first, and then I want him to die when we break up. Too much to ask for nothing painful, you know, something quick. Like, remember the good old days when men just went to war? Oh, those were the good old days, you know? You got a boyfriend and then he went to war and he died. And then you got a new boyfriend and he went to war and he died. And the war ended and you became a lesbian. Those were the good old days. When men died in war. The only hard part though about being someone's first is then they're not good at sex and they're bad at sex, and that's no fun. You know, like that's good because like I grew up in the church and I grew up hearing you want to save yourself for marriage, you want to save yourself for the love of your life, but that sucks. Then you need the love of your life. You're a virgin that's bad at sex, and they dump you. That's no fun. Like, if you really care about the future love of your life, you'll be out popping your pussy all over Atlanta for them. If you really love me, you'll pop your pussy. My boyfriend recently got the new iPhone, and he's very excited about it. It's got a great new camera. And we were laying in bed together the other day, and he thought I was looking very cute, whatever. And so he pulled out his phone and he was gonna take a picture of me, and I was like, oh, this is like a really cute moment. And so he took a picture of me, and then he turned his phone around and showed me, and I wanted to throw my face away. I don't understand why when I take a picture of my boyfriend, he looks like an ad for like something in GQ. But like when my boyfriend takes a picture of me, I look like a potato that's been thrown in a pile of dirt. I don't understand why this is. And the worst part too is like he thought it was a good picture of me. Men always think they're taking a good picture of you. Does anyone understand what I'm saying? Do you understand? Yes. Oh, yeah. Yes, exactly. And they think they're taking a good picture of you. They turn it around and they've got this love and hope in their eyes. And you don't want to like smash it. It's like when you're playing fetch with a dog and the dog brings back a dead possum and you're like, for me? Thank you so much. But then when they turn around, you like throw it into the woods. It's like, not in my fucking house. Not my fucking house. Yeah. I think women are better at taking pictures because we have to constantly be aware of that kind of stuff. Like society has made us so insecure, and we constantly have to know how we are coming across to other people. Like, which is why selfies exist. We always have to know how we look to other people. Which is why women are so good at taking pictures and so good at taking selfies. You know, like every one of my friends who has a Tinder, all their pictures are so perfectly curated. One picture makes them look adventurous, and then one picture makes them look sexy. And then one picture makes them look funny, but not too funny. You know? Like, have you ever seen a man's Tinder? If they were more self-aware, we wouldn't have thousands of men just holding up fish, just like, look at us, I got this for you. I can feed our family. It's not that I want, which is the problem with, I think, the body positivity movement. It's not that I don't want women to be more confident, because I definitely do. I mostly just want men to be more insecure. In my last relationship, surprise, I got called lazy in bed. I got called a pillow princess, and I was like, thank you. He was like, it's not a good thing. I was like, I'm still a princess, ding. And I guess like having sex with me is kind of like a bathroom with carpet in it. When you first hear about it, you're like, that seems like too much work. But then you get inside and you're like, that wasn't worth it. That wasn't worth it. Yeah, I will say this, I'm a feminist, I believe in equality, and I would never expect a man to provide anything for me that I could not provide for myself. However, the moment my boyfriend asked me to get on top, I turned into some sort of 1940s Southern debutante, just like, who, me? Get on top? Well, I could never. That is not becoming of a young lady. Oh, I believe I'm catching the vapors. I sit in the corner like, yes. I do actually have an excuse. I have a herniated disc in my back, very sexy, and I have a herniated disc in my back, and I actually also have really terrible sleep apnea. That's right, I have the body of a middle-aged man, and I actually make my boyfriend call me daddy in bed. It's very progressive. 2 months ago, got it removed, and it's been all good, and everything's been great. And I never had surgery before, so it was really scary for me. And 2 weeks after my surgery, I went in for my post-op, and she took my Band-Aid off, the doctor did, and everything had like healed up nice and closed up nice, which is like, that was a really big worry of mine, that like it would just never close and never heal up. And like the last thing my boyfriend needs is like another hole to try to put his dick into. Calm down. I've seen a lot worse tonight. It is riveting. I am riveted right there. So I did have surgery, and it is healed up nicely. There's a little scar, and I love showing it to people. So if you ask me nicely, I'll show you after the show. But back surgery is very painful, but it's minimally invasive. It's a very common procedure, and so anytime I show people, I always get the same reaction from them. And they go, "Oh, it's so small." And in that moment, I have never related more to guys with small dicks. It's like, it's not the size, it's how it makes you feel, okay? Wow, big moment for me. Yeah. I will say this, I would almost always rather masturbate than have sex. Maybe I'm a little lazy. It'll get worse. And I know like there's this myth that like when women masturbate it's like sexy, there's like silk sheets and like perfectly coiffed hair, you know, like you see in porn, and that is not the case. Like when women masturbate, it's just as gross as when men do it. Like there's always a 60% chance I'm gonna fall asleep with my hand in my sweatpants. Like that is just the case. I'm a busy gal, so I don't masturbate every day. I don't have time for that. So when I do, I really dedicate myself. We're talking 1-2 hours. Sharon, hold my calls. We're trying to burn this clit off. Done. I was talking with a friend of mine, and I told him that I watched porn, and he got really confused. He was like, I didn't know when to watch porn. I was like, what the fuck do you think we do? And he's like, oh, I thought men watch porn because they're visual creatures, but women have fantasies. Ooh, fantasies. You know those things with witches and dragons and stuff, fantasies. You know, like I do have fantasies, but most of my real life fantasies are just getting my oil changed on time. And it's really hard to masturbate too. I've tried, and I do occasionally have a fantasy. The other week I had a sex dream about Natalie Portman. Very hot, right? And I told my boyfriend about it, and he was like, oh, so is that like your celebrity crush? And I was like, yeah, probably. And I was like, who is your celebrity crush? And he goes, probably Katy Perry. What? I'm coming to the table with Academy Award winning, Harvard educated, bilingual goddess, and you gave me cotton candy flavored HPV? What? I'm like, you're not allowed to have sex with her, not because I would be jealous, but just because I'd be so humiliated. And he's like, babe, nothing happened. I'm just like, then why do you smell like red Kool-Aid and gonorrhea? All right, that's enough for me. Thank you guys so much.
Give me over to Jared Fuller, everybody. All right, and welcome Gabby and Brian and Chris back to the stage, everybody. We decided that Brian has immunity, so it is up to Brian to decide who he would like to go head-to-head with in the final.
Brian has had a lot of time to think about this. Brian, who are you taking with you to the final?
It's gonna be me and Chris. I'm kicking Gabby off the fucking island.
Alright, we have to say goodbye to Gabby.
Let's hear it for Gabby Watts one more time. All right, now, you were punished by having to choose, but you also get to decide whether you want to go first or you want to concede to your opponent. The final round, they're each going to have to do a 5-minute set of their regular stand-up material that they haven't burned already throughout the show. And then you guys will decide who the overall winner is. So would you like to go first or would you like to go second?
I'll follow Chris, no problem.
A confident Brian King. Brian, get out of here.
And please welcome to the microphone, Chris Lane!
fun evening. So, start off with some jokes, right? My name is Chris, and I've been told that I'm cute, which I don't really think is the look you want when you're trying to hook up with somebody, you know what I mean? I don't think most women want to hook up with somebody who they think is cute or adorable. You know, they want somebody who's hot and sexy, you know? Like, I have a face that you can bring home to your parents for the holidays. Not really the face that most women want to bring to their vagina after last call. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Because I'm adorable. I look like a golden retriever. But nobody's trying to bang Air Bud. No. No, they're trying to get Raw Dog by Clifford the Big Red Dog. That's what they want. That's what these bitches want. I've been trying to talk to the ladies. That's how women like to be talked to. Ladies, what's up? I'm trying to talk to women, but I'm not really good at it. You know, I'm too shy. I want to talk to girls. You know, I was trying to ask my friend for some advice on how to talk to a girl, and my friend was like, "Hey man, if you want to hook up with a girl, all you got to do is treat her like you already slept with her." And I just think, honestly, for me personally, going up to women, crying and asking for forgiveness, I don't think that's a good look. I don't think that's how I get that second date. I'll get a little personal with you guys. Recently my wife left me. My wife left me recently because during our marriage, she developed a foot fetish. Yeah, she developed a fetish for foot-long dicks. Sorry, I realize I'm different from a lot of people, though. Really, I'm different from a lot of people. Like, normal people, they got fears of, like, dying alone and dying not really doing something with their life, you know. Me, personally, I just got fears of dying without being able to clear my internet history. You know what I mean? Like, I just think it'd be pretty hard to explain watch my fat wife eat cereal.edu. You know? Great times are being had. We all can agree that like sex is pretty enjoyable, right? We can agree like sex is pretty fun. But I just think it's like not fair that you really can't smile during sex. You know what I mean? You know, you really can't smile during sex. You know, it's like there's not really a way you can show your enjoyment facially during sex. I mean, there's one way you can show your enjoyment facially during sex. But I just think it'd be weird if you're like having sex and you're just like, this is quite pleasurable, isn't it? Yeah, talk about that with your parents, dude. Anybody got a problematic car? Anybody got a fucked up car in here? Oh yeah. My car is pretty problematic, man. Like, every time I try to use the right turn signal, it calls me the N-word. You know, it's real problematic. You know, I try to use the windshield wipers, it's called Native Americans, Indians, you know what I mean? And my passenger mirror makes me look gay. I don't know what's wrong with it. Really problematic. I need to take it out. No, it's one of them Japanese cars. Is that racist? I don't know. What are we doing? I hate hold music, right? I hate hold music. I think hold music's pretty boring. I was thinking to myself, how can we make hold music a lot more interesting? And I think I figured it out. I think the people that make hold music should team up with all the SoundCloud rappers that make mixtapes. I think it'd be a good use of our time. Because I think it'd be great if you had to call the bank one morning and they're just like, yes, you just got to transfer over to your supervisor. Just let me put you on a brief hold, please. And then as soon as they put you on hold, all you hear is, listen to this track, bitch! Oh shit, what the fuck is this? The guy would start rapping, he's like, yeah, I'm in the club doing cocaine with my daughter. Like, yo, goddamn, Wells Fargo got a goddamn baby on their hands, bro. I don't even give a shit about this overdraft for you. It's crazy. Yeah.
Having trouble getting in the hole there?
Sorry. You know, yeah, I get it. You know, I get it now. It's like my father always told me, you know. My father died in a house fire. I
fucking day. Give it up for Kristen Slave, everybody. All right, and welcome back your final contestant, Brian King, everybody.
Alright, one more time for Greg and Aaron hosting the show. Those are a fun crowd. They finally made texting and driving illegal in Georgia. You guys still doing it? Bunch of nerds. Got it. Okay. I love texting and driving. There's like an anti-texting and driving billboard all over Atlanta. It says better unread than dead. And like on the billboard, there's a phone with 7 unread texts. And it's just like, yeah, dude, if I've got 7 unread texts, I've been dead for weeks. I am very lonely. Very sad person. Get real lonely sometimes. You guys ever get so lonely that you don't skip the kissing in porn? Just like, I don't know, this seems pretty good too. I'll take anything. I'll come to a damn hug at this point. Fist bump, handshake, I'll nut the fucking eye contact. Atlanta, it's a progressive spot, you know. See lots of girls with like shaved heads, that's like a cool look. I just don't think it's fair though, like a girl shaves their head, everybody's like, oh, that's like an empowered feminist. But if I shave my head, everybody's like, that Nazi is ugly. They're usually in better shape. Is he sick or is that a Make-A-Wish Nazi? No. Just regular stuff. Smoke a lot of weed, you guys. Like weed. It's cool. I don't like when people try to act like weed isn't addictive though. You know, that's annoying because it's like totally addictive. Like sure, I've never like sucked a dick for weeks. But I have listened to my weed dealer talk about his aquarium for 20 minutes. Which kind of feels gayer than just blowing him in the first place. You guys are a cool crowd. Some crowds pull back on that one, but you guys are like, I don't know, dude, aquariums are pretty gay. I don't know. Coral and shit, are you kidding? Everybody's real mad at Kanye now, because Kanye is like a Trump guy or whatever. Woo? I don't know. I'm not gonna investigate that woo. I don't know, it is, I get why everybody's mad that Kanye is like a Republican now, but I also feel like every rapper is kind of a Republican, you know? They're like rich guys who talk about guns a lot and kind of hate women. That's a Republican, right? That's close enough. Like, that could be like 2 Chainz or my Uncle Rick, I think. They get along just fine. My whole family's like super conservative, like redneck people. I've always like never really fit in with them. I've always been like the only liberal person, you know? But now I moved to Atlanta, and all my friends are like really liberal comedians. And they don't like me either. They get mad at me too. Like all my like real liberal comic friends get mad at me because like I have a gun, and like sometimes I'll call stuff retarded, you know. Then I'll go hang out with my family, and they're like, "Did you know Brian only has 1 gun?" He's fucking retarded. I can't win. Woman clapping for my retarded joke. I'm falling in love up here. You guys are a cool crowd. I'll open up a little bit. I'm uncircumcised. 1 sad woo. The rest, everybody else is like, gross. Can we hear the next joke? No, it sucks. I don't like being uncircumcised. It's like owning a PT Cruiser. Just doesn't matter how nice it is, still embarrassing. Like, I don't like the anti-circumcision people either, you know, they try to make you feel better. They're like, no, it's so much better, so much more sensitive. Just like, yeah, more sensitive, like, is that why it hurts so bad when girls laugh at my weird dick? Is that the sensitive card, I can't tell. I don't know. Moved out recently. I was living with my mom, you guys. And she lived with her mom. Because she's a loser, too. Lived with my grandma, you guys. She's real racist, just like all your guys' grandmas. And her house is decorated like goofy old lady shit, like stuff that says like, live, laugh, love. And like, dance like no one's watching. And just like, yeah, never seen you dance like no one's watching, Grandma, but you do say the N-word like no one's listening. So, she's a real piece of shit. You guys have been so much fun. Get up for
Brian King, everybody. Welcome Brian and Chris back to the stage, everybody. Brian, Chris. All right. This is it. This is the final. It's up to you guys to decide who you think is the winner of Comedy Island, first one of 2019. I will just hover over their heads and you guys by a round of applause. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, be safe, and check out the show. We're going to be doing this here like every month, pretty much.
We'll
if you guys keep coming.
February 22nd. So February 22nd, we will be back with Comedy Island Comedy Couples Edition. So,
yeah! February's a couples.
3 sets of comedy couples up here doing what you guys just saw. That is February 22nd. You can find us on Facebook at Comedy Island. I've been Aaron Chaptine.
I'm Greg Behrens. Thank you guys so much. Enjoy the rest of the weekend.
That was a fun show.
A real fun show. Yeah, that was the best one we've done here for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely the best one we've done here.
Yeah, and I've talked to a lot of like the crowd afterwards. They said they loved it. You know, they plan on coming back for the next one. So
yeah, hopefully.
Hopefully it'll just kind of grow from here, you know. So, but.
All right.
Cool.
Let's go. So, this feels like an Atlanta comedy grind right now. Like,
Yeah.
All right, so if you see our film here, you're like, so what do you guys? So what's going on? So what is this show about?
So basically, Comedy Island, we do a Survivor-themed comedy competition show where the comedians go through trials and rounds and ultimately have to vote each other off the show.
Yeah, like if you're familiar with Survivor, it's the same. Like they just vote each other off. They go through a succession of comedy tropes. Yeah, like one-liners and crowd work and roasting and doing sets of straight stand-up comedy. You know, and then they get immunity, and then they eliminate each other to the crowd's pleasure. The crowd gets to vote who they think should be saved all throughout the show. We have special guests. We've had great comics come and do sets on the show, and then it's a lot of the best comics in Atlanta, I think.
I believe so. Yeah, I would say so. A real fun show, though. We like to say like a Comedy Island is like where laughs are made and friendships are tested. So.
Do we say that?
We do online.
We can talk about it.
Yeah,
we'll
discuss it.
We'll do a tagline later, and we'll figure out.
Sometime.
Yeah.
We'll get back to you guys.
For right now, we're just going to rip off Survivor.
Yeah, that's all it is.
How long has the show been going on for?
We've been doing it for about 6 months or so now. But like we've done 3 in Atlanta, and then we've traveled with it twice now. So we hope to be able to take it to more.
That math doesn't work out at all. That's actually 5.
Where have you guys gone?
Like I said, I'm a little drunk right now.
We've done it in Chattanooga and also Knoxville, so it's Tennessee and Atlanta strong.
Yeah. Hope to grow it, from there. So.
Yeah, try to take it on the road, do some festivals, and then we have future dates at Relapse, February 22nd as our next one.
And comedy couple edition, so we're gonna
have we're gonna do
3 sets of comedy couples, like doing what they do best. So.
See if we can drive a wedge into their relationships.
The winner gets to break up, so.
Yeah, the winner has to break up. That should be our tagline. I think that's.
It should be.
Yeah, that's it.
Should be the tagline for that one.
Yeah, it was great. We had a packed house tonight.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're going to do it
Biggest
again
one
next
here
time.
So far, so yeah. Looking forward to next month. So.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to say?
Nah. That's about it, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm glad you had to set it all up again in here.
Oh no, I just carried it like yeah. You helped me and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
That was great. So yeah, we are good. We are good to go. I